Saturday in the studio, come on in. Lisa and Dave, let the fun begin. Grab your stamps, your paper, your glue. We've got crafty inspiration just for you. Colors and layers, memories to keep. Laughing and creating, joy runs deep. Cards and pages made with heart. Let's make some magic, let's make some.
Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to Saturday in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmid and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I want to show you a fun fold this morning. And I'm going to use a stamp set that we've been using or that you've already seen. But before that, how was your week? Good morning, Tina. How was your week? I just finished my last week of summer school. So it feels like it's summer again. But then as soon as it turns August, I'm like, it feels like school's starting. So no complaints, had plenty of time off and summer school was great. Teaching my Discover Japan class. But I'm ready to have a little bit of time to do some things around the house and some things in my studio, stamping studio. So let's go ahead and get started. So Perfectly Pears, I've used this before and I told you I was kind of like, pears, really? But they are so pretty and the pears are pretty, number one. The designer series paper is stunning. And so let me just show you some of that. Look at that. It's just beautiful with that darling duckling background. It reminds me of like a vintage wallpaper. In fact, can we put this on our walls? No. No. And the back is just a little bit more subtle. But, and then look at this one with that secret sea, that dark, dark, dark blue is so pretty with the petal pink. Love it, love it, love it. Some darling duckling. And this one with the pears. And then the mossy meadow. And there are two more. I actually just ordered another pack that's here already. This one, I love this one, which is why this is all I have left of it. And that's what we're using this morning. And then there's this one, which you can, as you know, die cut, maybe no, you can die cut the pears out of. So this is one that I've cut up because it's easy to die cut the things out of it when they're already cut and ready to go. So like these just fit right on here perfectly, as do the leaves. And as do the big pear, as does the big pear. And as if that wasn't enough to get out of this paper, we can also get the flowers out of the paper. Turn, 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 like that. So we can get a lot of things die cut out of here, which I think is just really fun because the shading on these pears is something I probably, not even probably, that I can't get. I'm not even say probably, that I can't get by coloring. I was trying to figure out what the last sheet was, and the last sheet is the one that has the border of pears and white in the middle. So that is the last of the designer series paper sheets. All right, so I'm gonna throw that back in my little baggie, keep it with my designer series paper. As far as colors in this, I was looking up the colors because I decided I wanted to use this designer series paper. Let me get some things out of there. This designer series paper, and that what we're using today is kind of a bigger sheet of it. So if you tend to hoard paper, one that is maybe retired or that you have a lot of is a good thing. But there is basic beige, darling duckling, mossy meadow, old olive, petal pink, and secret sea. So I decided to go with the old olive because I think that would look really pretty. So this is just a quarter sheet of old olive, so our standard 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then I've come in a 1/4 inch on this, so this would be 5 by 5 1/4 by 8, 5 1/4 by 8. Okay, and then I did score it right in the middle at 4. Final answer 4. So at first I was like, oh, I can decide which side I want up. Nope, it's decided for me. This side is going to be up. So let's go ahead and stick that on. Yes, all of a sudden I was like, wait, is that right? Yes, that's right. And you could put another layer behind it if you wanted this to be a little bit smaller, if you wanted to save some of that DSP. But this card is going to be gorgeous. Okay, so there's that. And then on the cover, on the front, I'm going to mimic that old olive or use the old olive. And I'm using these textured notes dies. I'm telling you, I'm not really a fan of the whole stamp set because it has a lot of baskets, but these are phenomenal. They have so much texture on them. Can you see that?
A lot of great detail.
Yes, so much detail. So, and I love when things layer, just makes it easier to make. So we're going to stamp on this one. And I was thinking, what sentiment do I want? And I thought, ooh, I haven't used this in a while. How about we use spring corners? Yes, Levy. So that's Frankie. So I'm going to use this Happy We Are Friends, just because I kind of looked at, this size, what would fit well? And I thought that would fit pretty well. So I just want to lay it down carefully because it's easy with the photopolymer to bend it and make it so it's not flush on the mat, on the paper. The other thing that is handy to do when you're using a stamp like that, that's, I could easily bend it, is to go ahead and set it on a grid paper so I can see
that it's straight.
The lines. Yep, and I can see that it's straight. I'm going to go this way. And I can pick it up. Nice. Okay, so we're going to stamp in.
Great tip.
Yeah, thanks. In Old Olive. Because I don't want to stamp it, and then I have to, if it's wrong, I could flip it, and then I have to die cut it. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's just see which side. So there is a right and a wrong side. If I stay still, maybe. So that is the correct side, the right side. I suppose it doesn't matter, but this is the back side.
If you want the detail or not.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp our Happy We Are. Wait. Okay, you didn't see what I did. I stamped the wrong stamp. I pulled out the wrong one. That's okay. We are going to flip it over.
Which one did you stamp? Happy
and sad through the... No, that's not what I want. I don't want happy and sad. I just want happy. Happy we're friends. So that's kind of funny. Oh, goodness. We have a lot going on.
Okay, I can't hear that.
Okay, here we go. Happy we are friends. So that's going to sit right in the corner there. There we go. Happy we are friends. Awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp some pears because they are really pretty. So the spring corners have really cool corners, obviously, but it also has these little flowers, has the balloons, has some little, what do you call those, Dave? I don't know what you call those.
I didn't see what you were pointing at.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. These right here, these little crosshatch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to use any, but I was just looking at them. Okay, so the pears, there are 2 pieces to these pears, and I'm going to stamp the outline in pecan pie. Now, I could stamp it, die cut it. I could do the whole thing, but I'm just going to do I probably should have done it this way. My card doesn't go that way, so we're just going to have to go this way. Okay, Happy We Are Friends. So stamp that there. And then we'll stamp in the Old Olive and fill in the little pears. Oop. And then I decided I kind of want the leaves colored. So I brought over, so I have my Stampin' Write marker or Stampin' Blends. Either one works great. This tip is a little thicker than this tip. So I thought that might be easier just for these little branches. I could have left the branches plain, but just for the little branches. And then I'm going to color, I'm going to use this one, just color the leaf. I'm thinking I could just add a little bit of color here, or I could color the whole thing. I think I'm going to color them. I think that will look nice. All right, so color these. And so our grandkids were able to stay over just one night this week. So last night to today. Super fun to have them. Little Tilly, who's 2.5, is up. I can hear her up for about an hour. And then she walks by me and says, I just woke up. I'm not ready to be up yet. I was dying. I'm like, that's so funny. I'm going to make the branches a little bit, you make them a little bit more brown by pushing on my pecan pie and picking up a little pecan pie. Make sure there's no color on that with my blender pen. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be.
Morning, Carla.
Because as soon as I did it in green, I was like, well, I kind of would really rather have them be brown. So that's all right. I'm just going to go over it in brown. It's going to look brown. There we go. All right. Now we have brown branches. Okay.
Dark pecan pie.
Yes.
Slightly over toasted.
Yes. Yes. Over toasted pecans. Perfect. All right. And we're going to add a few more things to that, but right now we're going to leave it like that. Okay. So this is going to sit on here. I'm going to pop that up, of course. Ugh. Wait. We have some flies that are bugging me. All right. So I'll go ahead and pop this up. You always want to give a little dimension, right? Like that. All right. And there we go. Happy we're friends. So put that right there. And like I said before, I think it probably would look better up and down, but we're good because this is the way the card goes. That's going after a fly. Good, good. All right. So I have my designer series paper on here.
Flat, you'll have more surface
Okay,
area.
let me leave the flies. I'm dying here. All right. And we'll go ahead and stick this one on. Stop whispering about flies. All right. And we'll put this here. Happy we're friends. Now, the reason I said, oh, I can't change that is because inside we're going to put a little pocket. We'll come back to the front. But this is the main thing I wanted to show you is that we have this fun little pocket that we're going to put in here. So this is the same size, a 4 by 5 1/4. And then I just cut it at an angle. So we're going to put adhesive here. And then we're going to make a little card to stick inside. So I am going to just go on the, actually I'm going to use my acrylic sheet. And because I really don't want it quite as wide as the adhesive is. But by doing it this way, then it doesn't get all over my space or my mat. Whoops, all over my space or my mat. Yeah, creating a gift card holder. They're just, it's pretty. It's a great way to give them rather than just sticking them in a card. You could stick them in here. So it could be a gift card holder. It could just be for your card. And I'm lining it up on that secret. See, let me go over just a little bit more here. There we go. All right. Then inside, obviously, we need a little card, right? So this is just plain. I did not put any special border on it, but we're going to stamp on this, and this is going to be our card. Now, at first I thought, oh, I'll just go in another 1/4 inch, but really I had to go in a 1/2 inch on each side. So this size, this one is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, I'm going to say. Yep, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it's quite a bit smaller. And we'll go ahead and stamp something on this. I was thinking we could stamp these little flowers. Just the flowers. Just the little flowers. And can you grab me a petal pink marker? Thank you. Oh, yeah, marker. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to stamp those in the same pecan pie. That petal pink is really pretty. And this part is going to be sticking out of my card, right? So I'm going to put the flowers up at the top because that's going to be sticking out. So I'm going to stamp them right here. How is the branch? Does it really matter? I didn't realize part of those, I thought it was all flowers, but I see part of it is maybe a leaf. No, I think it's all flowers. And we'll just give that a little bit of color using that same. I have several of these over here. So which one was I using? Maybe this one. Nope, maybe this side. There should still be some brown. There we go. Some pecan pie on it. So I'm just going to do some of the little bits here. And the piece we're going to stamp inside there, we could stamp first and then color, or color first and stamp. It does not matter. Are these little, let's see how they're going to fit. They fit like that? I think so. Oh, let's keep turning to see how these fit.
The marker is gone. This is all I have.
That's fine. Thank you. Whatever you have is good.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, that won't work. That's.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Do you have the pad?
You said you want a marker.
I know, but if you don't have a marker, fine. All right, I think they go like this. Actually, I'm sure they go like that. I'll stick those in there. I think it's a little center in there, and so the flower doesn't look quite so plain. Because, oh, this one's fine. So sorry. Petal pink. I thought it was the remover, but it's petal pink. Thank you, love. I was like, okay, it's petal pink. I thought it was it looked white, like the stamp and the remover,
Gotcha.
but nope. We'll just go over it a little bit to make it a little bit darker. Okay, so that piece is going to stick out from our little card here. And then you have space to write.
Carla says the colors are calming.
They are very, aren't they? Which is not what's happening here with trying to swat flies and
Morning, Judy.
but this would stick right in here. And you've got a really cute card. We got to put a little bit more on here to decorate so it pulls this like together. So I do have our in color dots, and I think I'm going to use the Darling Duckling is what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I'm going to use the Darling Duckling and see if we can pull this together a little bit. The other thing I was thinking, and I brought over, was I have some really pretty ribbon. So maybe, I don't think so. I think it's a little crowded. All right, let's go ahead and stick these, stick these on. Maybe there, maybe a little one kind of up here, and then we'll put a bigger one over on this side. That sort of ties it together, brings it in a little bit. So happy we're friends. And it could have gone this way too if we had done happy we are friends. You could do it that way also. It doesn't matter which corner. And then you've got this little card to pull out, or like Carla said, you could use it as a gift card. So I thought it was a really fun fold. That was my goal, is to find a fun fold. And then I had to look for paper and matching everything. So sometimes I start with the stamp set. Sometimes I start with the paper. So what do you have, Dave?
All right. So as you know, for everything you ever need, go to thestamperstudio.com, and there you'll be brought right in to all of the things we have going on. First, I want to draw your attention to, obviously, if you click our first button here, you can go in and shop for all things. And don't forget, online exclusives. They happen on the odd months. So when you first go in, you can see all of the new things that were new in July. These are things that are available for a short time. Some of them will last longer, but they're available starting in July. And so right there, you can go in and see. The other thing is, and this isn't even on our site yet, but I just want you to mark your calendars. As you know, 3 times a year, we do extended virtual events with 2 of our great friends, Amy and Tracy. The next one is coming up on October 4th, and it's Sweets in Season, and that's where we'll focus on 3 new sweets from the September to January catalog that'll be coming out. It's so new, we don't even have the sweet names yet that we'll be focusing on, but go ahead and mark your calendars. October 4th from 10 until 1. We do record it, so if you can't stay the whole time, that's always great. But know that we will be live on October 4th with Sweets in Season.
All right. Thanks, Dave. So I was sitting here playing with, do we want a bow? No, I still don't want a bow, but I was like, oh, we could put one there. No, thanks. Okay. I want to show you some other cards I made with the Perfectly Pears, because they are so perfect and so fun. So here is one, really, again, pulling from that designer series paper and die cutting out the pears. Thank you, friend. And then having a little bit of the die cut flowers inside. Isn't that pretty? The secrecy is quite stunning. Here is another one, stamping the pear using some twine, double twine. So just stamping it. These dies come from one of our floral sets. And there's 2 of them, so you can make this layer. And the last one is another fun fold. I love this one. Pardon?
Floral Impressions.
Floral Impressions, yeah. I love this one because it is just a fun fold.
That's very fun.
And fun folds are great because when people open, they do exactly what I just did. Say that, oh, that's fun. They open it. Oh, and they do this thing back and forth. So that's really fun. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Mostly another kind of fun fold. And I know we're going to a wedding this afternoon. I was like, oh, we need to bring them a card. I was like, maybe not happy we're friends, but this could be a really cute idea for a fun fold for them. So I hope you have a great weekend. You know, I love Saturdays. It's my favorite day of the week. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Maybe I can find another fun fold to share with you because fun folds are like the best. So, all right, friends, I will see you on Monday. But until then, have a great weekend and stay cool. All right, happy stamping.
Saturday in the studio, come on in. Lisa and Dave, let the fun begin. Grab your stamps, your paper, your glue. We've got crafty inspiration just for you. Colors and layers, memories to keep. Laughing and creating joy runs deep. Cards and pages made with heart. Let's make some magic, let's make